Science, our Plumstead area specialist. And John's been telling me all about the wonderful work that the Plumstead I Love My Hood team have been up to and what they do. So, John, would you like to just introduce Jessica and Clinton?
Yeah, no, thanks, Andre. Yeah, all I've really got to say is they've been doing some brilliant work in Plumstead. Very passionate about the area and very passionate residents. So, yeah, both Clinton and Jessica. And yeah, I'm not going to steal their thunder, so I'll hand over to you guys to go through the questions and explain to the guys listening to us exactly what they do and the exciting things they're doing. So, yeah, okay. Back to you, Andre.
All right, so Clinton, maybe I can start with you. Could you just tell us a little bit about what the purpose and vision of I Love My Hood is and how it started?
Okay, sure. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Andre and John, for inviting us. Yeah, so how it all started was, I think it was January 2019 or so. I was out for a run in the morning in the area. I've been a resident here for about 10 years plus. And I've got two little kids, Hannah and Adam. She's now 7 and he's 5. And yeah, on my run, I don't know, caught my eye of the litter on the streets and the broken bottles and running around the parks as well, just seeing the same kind of impact in our areas. And I was just thinking, you know what, I love to take my kids to the park, and I wouldn't want to have to take them to an outlying park because it's nicer and prettier. Why can't we do something about our local community and look after our own neighborhood and be neighborly, get to know people and like-minded individuals, and let's get to do something. So March 2019 was our first event. I think we had about 6 or 7 people coming together, which was fantastic. And from there, we've done about 20 sessions. Jessica's thankfully come and join us for a long time now and been a real driving force behind this initiative. Yeah, so it's really been about serving the community, looking after it and making a better place for everyone living here, rather than pointing fingers, taking action. Yeah, so that's really been the driving force. And I was actually at the park yesterday, Limpley Park with my kids yesterday, and they loved it. So, you know, that's just the lifestyle, enjoying life and enjoying our beautiful suburb.
And so important to have facilities like that to enjoy in the crazy times we have with COVID and everything at the moment. Yeah, Jessica, sure. How did you get involved, Jessica?
I'm from America, and I've moved into Plumstead about 4 years ago with my husband, who's South African. And I actually saw a flyer for I Love My Hood at Asian Dragon. And I was like, oh, that's such a great initiative. I'd love to get involved. And I contacted Clinton and just started coming. And I also had noticed a lot of garbage around, especially when riding the train. And I was just like, I don't understand it. But I've always been passionate about, I can't even explain. When I was a child, I watched Captain Planet. And his motto is, the power is yours. And I've always lived by that, actually, that it's my responsibility. It's my power to influence the world around me, and especially with things that I can do as a young child. And now that I'm an adult and I have the power to influence others, I am trying to do that through this community. And Plumstead, everyone here has been so wonderful and inviting to me, but I just don't understand why they don't take as much pride in their home as I know they could. So that's what we're trying to do, is show people that you and your neighbors are important, getting to know them, and taking pride in our home. Because it's our home and we have the responsibility to clean it up.
Awesome. Clinton, how many projects have you guys done in the since you started? Is it something that's on a set regular basis, or just when it's organized on a more sporadic basis? How does it work?
Yeah, so Jessica's also been fantastic with that in terms of scheduling, and we've got a Facebook page, a Facebook group, as well as a WhatsApp chat group. So we communicate via those channels to get the events out there. So we've had about 20 official events. Basically, it's once or twice a month. And then we've also connected with Grappa in Gable Road, as well as St. Mark's Plumstead that did a railway cleanup sometime last year, I think. So, we've also wanted to bond with other like-minded organizations and initiatives to support them as well, and just do it together as a greater community. And then also Jessica has come up with some great ideas. Fill a bag challenge is something that she posted on Facebook, and we got quite a good response on that. Some people that have never taken part in any of our official events. So basically it was take a walk out in your neighborhood for about an hour or so, pick up some litter and things like that, and post it on Facebook. And we've had quite a few people coming and adding to that, which has really been great. And the people coming to the events are changing, and some new people are coming in, and some of the older people that haven't been are coming back again. So it's been really good. And as Jessica said, it's about community and connecting. And I think the important thing, especially now, people are very scared about picking up the virus and everything.
Yeah.
But I think beyond the physical thing as well, there's also the mental, the emotional, other challenges that we're facing, where we almost cooped up in our homes as prisoners. Whereas if we can actually enjoy our lives and strengthen ourselves by exercising and keeping healthy, and in the events we're wearing gloves, we're sanitizing, we're using implements like litter pickers, so we're not actually necessarily picking up the garbage litter with our hands. So we're taking as many precautions as possible to make it a safe session. And so for now it's been about 20 sessions. Most of them have been sort of litter cleanup sessions, but also by coming together, we're talking and finding out where else is the need in Plumstead, not just from a garbage litter perspective, from how it looks, but what about neighbors? Do neighbors need some help? Can we paint somebody's house? Can we help them fix the fence or something like that? So really be neighborly. And I think old school values, I think as time has flown so quickly, we're sort of losing touch with each other. As much as we've got neighbors, are we really neighborly? Because it's now social media and everything's sort of disconnected in a way with technological advancements. It's almost like we're losing touch. So it's just an opportunity to reconnect with people face to face, because I think that's what people long for.
Awesome. John, how did you get involved? And I know it's something you've been speaking a lot to me about, in terms of we try and encourage as much community involvement in our team as possible, and very receptive to it. How did you get involved with the I Love My Hood project?
Yeah, I just joined one of their sessions, and I think I saw them on Facebook.
Okay.
And then I joined their session, and I've been in a few sessions and sort of enjoyed it. So especially the big cleanup at Plumstead Station, that was quite a special one. It's good to see the community getting together and the good work that the guys are doing. I Love My Hood. So it's special to be part of, really.
Okay, so how do people get involved? I suppose they can go to the Facebook page, which we just showed there. I'll just show it again, and they give the URL. I'm just going to drop you out there and pop it in again. So it is, just having a look at the, it's Facebook.com, I Love My Hood Plumstead. Okay, so Facebook.com, I Love My Hood Plumstead. So easy enough to find. And otherwise, how else could they make contact with you, Jessica?
Well, right now that's pretty much the only way. Besides coming to a session and then getting on our WhatsApp group, then we'll be able to do that more. Okay,
great. And besides the activities that you're doing now, it sounds to me like this is evolving in terms of the role it plays in the neighborhood. Is it intended that will actually increase? I mean, have you decided to embrace the additional needs that Clinton identified there, that just happening naturally?
Yes, we want the community to evolve in and us to evolve with it. I've actually tried to get into contact with a few other organizations that are also doing good in the group in the neighborhood. Like you said, we talked to GRAPPA, which is the Gabriel Road Area Project Association, and they've been doing cleanups in their area. I've also talked to the Peter Pan movement. They're not actually active at the moment because of COVID, and they're dealing with mostly children. So they are actually not active at the moment, but they're willing to talk to us about maybe doing an initiative together. I've also been in contact with Paulette at Plum Pets about having another. When the group first began, they did some cleanups with them, but to promote the great work that she's doing with these animals and the connection, not just with the people in the neighborhood, but with the animals in our neighborhood, and keep being aware of them. And I've also talked to a couple of other organizations in the area. We want groups that are doing good to be recognized, but also for the individuals to take, like our fill a bag challenge, individuals to take responsibility and maybe come out and talk with their neighbor, go for a walk with the woman next door in the complex or something, and just get to know who's around you. I was lucky enough to live in a complex that everybody was neighbors, and we talked to each other all the time. And my husband was like, "That's very unusual. Nobody in South Africa talks to each other." But no, they were wonderful, and I lived in Japan for a long time, and it was actually really important to go to your neighbor and introduce yourself and let them know who you were. So I did that when I got here, and I want to embrace that community because it is necessary to have a good life. To have a good life, you need to know your neighbors. You need to make friends with the people who are around you and encourage them to make their home and environment better.
Awesome. And I think that really is so important. We've actually recently tried to start when we've had a new person who buys a property, to actually contact the neighbors to say these are obviously with their permission, to say this is the family that's moving in, etc., and this is when they're moving in, just so there's a bit of a connection so people can really talk to each other. There's so much security in everyone knowing each other, and that's really, really important. Would anyone like to have a last word?
Yeah, I think one thing I'd like to say is we've had some T-shirts made thanks to some sponsors.
Oh,
So,
super.
Thank you, Jessica. So Jessica mentioned Asian Dragon. That's where she found out about the initiative. Combat Force has been fantastic as well. The guys at Shell Churchill, they used to run a Vita Cafe. It's now been changed to Shell Delhi. K's Gates, Printery, Hope Africa, and Columbus Cleaning. So they've been fantastic to help us get something to add, because I think before, when we started, people would question who we were and what we were doing. So at least now when we go out for a cleanup and out for an event, people can actually see where we're coming from and what the connection is. So it's definitely helping. What we do need is more involvement. On our page, we've got 565 followers, which is fantastic. Sitting on the couch, most of them. We've got about 135 members on our group. But yeah, I think the thing that we've always been trying to do is to get more activity, more initiative, and whether it's privately on their own, and they publish, publicly putting it out there, and or people can see that this is happening. That's great. So they don't necessarily need to join our events, but that would be fantastic. And just get more activity and support through that.
And I see that your next Plumstead Community Cleanup is scheduled for Saturday, the 21st of August from 8 o'clock. Is it 8 o'clock? Is that correct?
9 o'clock.
From 9 o'clock. Now, you see, I'm in Ireland at the moment, so my time zone is different. So her face is very clever at telling me what the time is, but I'd arrive an hour too early. That would be bad.
That's fantastic.
Well, I'll be there. Well, we haven't decided on the location. That's one thing about our cleanups is that we try to go all over the community. This last week we were at a park off of Gabriel Road, and the month before we were at Basil Road at that park cleaning up. So we're trying to go around the community Basil. We're trying to go around the community to show the community that we're all in this together and that each area is important, not just the main roads and everything. That everybody's home is important. So.
Right, awesome. So you can cover all the herbs.
See, I say herbs.
Herbs, okay. Well, it is wonderful meeting you and hearing more about this wonderful project. You know, this is what makes communities strong, and South Africa needs that. And we've seen that, and we've seen the positive benefits of action like this. So well done to you guys. Awesome project. And thanks very much for taking part in this broadcast today.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Well done, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Bye.